Hey everyone, welcome back to the videos. It's wonderful to have you guys here again as always. Been a bit quiet lately. I've been busy. I've got a big lump of junk in the shed. Sorry Jason, but not a big fan of patrols. Anyway, I'm a fan of patrols when they've got these in them. So, been busy getting this engine together for him to go back into the patrol. We've got a Turbo 400 and a Marks adapter for the transfer case. A quick rundown on it is CP piston, spill rods, stock crank, Crocam's bump stick. Trying to upgrade all the goodies, ACL bolts, not ACL, ACL bearings, ARP bolts, lots of A's. Anyway, while I'm getting this together, I figured I would show you guys the video of the transmission I put together for Nigel, which is John's blue VY V6 you see me do sort of a build on through my company. I know we said it many times in the footage, we are not transmission builders. Please don't take our advice for this, and don't send me a million questions asking how you do it because you've decided to take it on yourself. Yeah, you have to figure that out. There's lots of much better videos on YouTube about building 4L60s, so don't watch this one as a how-to. I just wanted to film and, well, show you guys what we were doing. There were some beverages involved, as you'll probably see, and yeah. Yeah, we got it sorted and back in the car. Daza also has the exact same transmission as this one. But yeah, anyway, enjoy that footage and I will talk to you guys after it. Also, I apologise for the potato cam. My phone went flat and I didn't bother to go and get the GoPro like I should have. But yeah, anyway, here's how not to build a 4L60. And that way.
So what are we doing upgrading here? Putting an extra...
We are putting in an upgrade clutch pack.
What's upgraded about it?
It has 7 clutch plates and 6 steels, as opposed to the factory 6 clutch plates and 5 steels.
So how do they get that? Do they reduce the amount of... the size of some of the clutch plates, or?
I believe the clutch thickness and the steel thickness is different.
Righto.
Well, thinner actually.
Do they have a horsepower upgrade, or is this just a standard sort of upgrade that's done?
So the clutches are thinner, and then I can guarantee the steels are also a bit thinner. Yeah, steels are a bit thinner as well.
Righto.
Yeah, this is all sort of a standard sort of 4L slippy thing. And then that, and then clutch, and then...
So this is the input drum, correct?
This is the input drum. And I'm sure Mark will chime in here and tell me I'm doing it wrong. Oh, the old controversial 3/4 load springs.
Well,
Such a big debate.
we won't even go into the 3/4 load spring thing, alright?
There's such a big debate on the internet about those. And second.
So this isn't the first time you've done one of these, is it?
Unfortunately, no.
So another one of these might have been done in a previous video, or...
Maybe just a couple of days ago.
So I take it that turbo V6 Commodores and standard 4L60 seem to run into, I think we've found, what did we find? 17 PSI was the magic number, wasn't it?
Thereabouts, yeah. There's not sort of really a PSI number, it's more of a horsepower torquing number.
Yeah, and that's pretty much anything more than factory.
Yes. Yeah, especially for 4L60 stuff.
So what are you doing with feeler gauges?
I am checking the clutch pack measurement, really.
So it's at a clearance to allow it to unapply, or?
Clutch pack clearance, which will essentially is what it's going to allow it to unapply it, and also it will tell it or give it.
So obviously the tighter that tolerance when it engages, the quicker it'll engage, or?
Yeah, that's right. So the less room it's got to take up to clamp all the steels and clutches, the quicker it will engage.
Like it.
What we can do though is we can air test this, make sure all everything works. Once the compressor decides to build up with some air.
So by air testing, you're actually engaging it manually as to what the gearbox would do when you are.
That's right, you're just doing it pneumatically instead of hydraulically.
Can you spell pneumatically?
No, don't ask. I know there's a P in there somewhere, and that's about it. I get confused after that. So down in here, these are the oil pathways.
Yep.
And you'll hear the piston in there.
Can't see it move.
You can't see these ones move. That one you can hear as well. Can't see it move. But the 3/4 is the good one because that's the one at the end here.
Yep.
But you should be able to physically see it apply. Down there.
Cool.
So yeah, it's doing 4L slippy things.
Well, hopefully less slippy things.
Well, it will. It will do less slippy things now. Come over to my. I need to reposition my highly sophisticated.
So this is standard transmission building equipment?
Yeah. Every trans shop's got one of these.
Okay.
Didn't you know that?
I did actually. I've seen it in many other videos.
Yeah. How else are they building trans?
Well, I've also seen ropes on engine cranes, and I've seen cradles made up on engine stands, and...
Oh yeah. I like it. Okay.
Oh, what goodness we got down in here.
Down in here, we're going to assemble. So this is the. I can't remember what they call this bit, but it's part of the forward rotating assembly.
Yep.
If we can try and do this without pinching, taking my thumb off. Like that. Okay.
So this box here is Nigel's, obviously.
Yeah. That dickhead's.
That idiot. Oh, look at those big wheels. Oh.
Okay. So
Hey, just in case anyone's never seen them, they're actually off the Burnout car, Too Cranky. They were cheap, alright? They were cheap.
Alright.
Is this industry standard practice, or?
Yeah. Every transmission shop does this.
Okay.
Oh,
You look like you've done something like that before.
it's a pretty similar motion, you reckon?
Yeah. It's kind of like moving a ratchet, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like I'm good at turning stuff.
So what are you doing there with the Scotch-Brite?
I am just cleaning the steel surface back up to.
Do you have a before and an after of what they look like when you do that, or?
So it's basically just taken
The shininess off,
the
or?
blemishes off and giving the clutch something to bite back into.
It looks brand new.
Yeah, makes a big difference.
I like it.
I think I've only got one brand new clutch for this though.
Didn't you pack?
No, because I'm like, oh yeah, I've got one extra clutch and steel there. I forgot we probably wanted to do all new clutches, not just an extra one.
Which ones are they?
These are low reverse.
Oh, that's alright. Fuck them.
Okay.
Fuck them.
Second?
No reverse fucking doughies for us.
Well, this is first.
Oh, that's first.
First and reverse.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I think first will be alright. We've never had a problem with first, have we?
Not yet.
Not yet.
But with an extra clutch and steel in there,
Yeah.
and the boost valve, I think it'll be alright.
As you can tell, this is big dollar.
Oh yeah, big dollar rebuild here. This is the sort of transmission you throw in your really expensive burnout car.
Yep.
Yeah. Oh, there it is. Have I got one? Yeah, I've got one. Yeah, so clean him off. These go in a certain way. That way. And then a clutch plate goes in. And clean off another steel. It's like knifey spoony for transmissions.
I like it.
Yeah. Clutchy steely. Steel.
Knife.
Clutch.
Spoon.
Come on, spoon. There. Oh, come on. Do the thing.
So what we did here at the bottom was took out the wave plate and put an extra steel in the bottom.
The wave plate is just there, if you want to show me.
This is a wave plate.
You can tell because it looks wavy.
Don't know how well I can actually portray that, but it's definitely not straight.
It is designed to soften up the engagement of this clutch.
And this is low reverse, correct?
This is low reverse, so first, essentially.
And we're putting a lot of standard sort of equipment back into this. But removing the wave, we're putting one extra.
So we get one extra clutch plate, or friction, as they're called. Come on. Like that. And then we get one extra steel. Steel. Pretty simple, it's a steel plate.
So how many are in these from the factory?
So from factory, there is 5.
Yep. And we're going back to
5
6.
clutches and 4 steels, and we're going, or is it 6 clutches and 5 steels?
So we're looking at an upgrade of about
It's an upgrade of
10-ish%.
Yeah, something like that. And then this big bastard of a pressure plate. Let's go stay in. Oh, and it's got to go a certain way there, hang on. Which is something like that. These things are a pain in the butt to get into. There's a pain in the butt to get out as well.
So this definitely isn't an upgrade that the average person could do?
Well, you got to get down in the bottom of the transmission to do it. Just about anyone can do it. It's not complicated. I definitely wouldn't try this at home though. He says, try this at home. Okay, so that's down in there. That's all nice and happy.
What he meant by that is absolutely try this at home.
Yeah.
What have you got to lose?
So this
Except
is
$1,000 of built gearbox parts.
one stupid little. Oh, that's right. This has got to go in first. Put this fucking thing back here. Somehow.
There really are so many great videos on the internet for building these things at the moment, though, aren't there?
There are a million of them almost. So do not take this as a build video. This is just what we are doing to upgrade this transmission to do
Because I can't afford to do anything else.
what we want it to do. And don't worry, I can't afford to do anything else either, which is why Dazza got the same treatment. Okay, so then that's going to go back in there. It's going to do it and go over that.
Definitely not the easiest thing to film.
It's not the easiest thing to do either. That stupid anti-rattle clip thingy, like that, and then that can go back down there. That can go down in there. I can clean my hands. Wish I had a full drink.
Wait a minute, we can solve that issue.
We can solve that problem.
We got this. Look at these little cute little cans.
They are pretty cute. So. Okay.
So is that a compulsory part of doing this, or?
This is very compulsory. That drink is just as compulsory as the build itself. Because it's a 4L slippy, you're going to want to be drinking.
So are these one of the easier transmissions to do, or?
I don't know. I've never rebuilt any other transmissions before. But I imagine, and Mark will probably chime in here as well, but I imagine the power glide would be a lot easier. Just by the sheer less amount of parts and shit that can go wrong.
Yep. Oh, you just upset the internet. Building 2-speed power glides is an art form.
It probably is. I'm certain of it. No, it's not an art form.
But these 4L60 sort of like an LS engine in that they're very sort of interchangeable and.
Mm.
Tap it in.
Tap, tap, tap. No, it's not happy. Why is it not happy?
Maybe it knows what's coming for it, or.
I don't blame it.
So the good thing about 4L60s is there's lots of them, is that correct?
Yeah, that is a benefit. There's one.
Yeah.
Out of it.
So what's happened here, Dane?
Someone may or may not have messed up the sprag and the blow reverse. So we're now going hunting for a replacement. Where are those circuit pliers? Gonna need some light.
Any circlips in these that are fun?
This one's particularly fun.
So you know what I just learned about videoing stuff?
What's that?
When you actually press the record button, it helps.
Yeah, that does help a bit. You're right.
Who would have ever thought?
No, that's right. I certainly wouldn't have ever thought that the record button helped with that. Go on your home, you stupid fuck.
Is that a technical term or?
Yeah, highly technical term. You stupid fuck refers to 4L60,
Oh, okay.
and home is
Just get in there.
yep. Get in that thing.
I even started a video.
You push record this time.
I did. So what are we gonna do? Lubricate trains. More trans lube.
We gotta lubricate the trans. Builder. Always lubricate your trans. Oh, that's good. Okay. Sun gear goes in. This little plastic washery bit goes in. And then we're ready for another upgrade.
Oh, we got more upgrades?
This guy ready.
Oh, what do we got here?
Upgrades.
So we got a bit of a comparison here.
You versus the guy she told you not to worry about.
That's right.
So that's the Monster Sunshell, I believe they call it.
Yep.
And that's the stock.
And these are a pretty common failure point.
They are apparently, from what I hear, they are the most common failure point on a 4L60. Do you mind, dog? Get out. Stop trying to eat everything I own. Get out.
He's helpful.
Yes.
Hey, Nismo.
Okay, so then I'll go down on the other end of that sun gear and we give it a spin to make sure it does spinny things.
Oh, that's like a washing machine.
Yep. And then yeah, it'll have to be that way. This other planetary set will go down in there. Like so. And now we can do output shaft.
So you just sticking the shaft in, right?
Yep, you're gonna guide the shaft in gently and give it a jiggle.
Did you have to lubricate the shaft or?
You've always got to lubricate your shafts, boys.
And there's new tight seal in there. It's always good when you get a new tight seal.
Yep. That is arguably the best bit. So then we get to do Jesus quick for the 16 millionth time. Can you just push it over for me, please, John?
What do you want me to do?
Push the back down.
Back.
The back of the clip down. Yep, push.
Push too much?
That's right, I got it. No, maybe not. Thank you. Alright.
Righto, so what are we doing over here?
We are doing...
So you missed the drum going in.
Oh, I didn't put the band in either. I better do that too.
We haven't got a band in yet, but that will go in shortly.
I'm doing the boost valve and the pump.
Boost valve and the pump.
These Repco pliers suck. Why did you send me to Repco?
I think it was the only thing open on the particular day over the long weekend.
Yeah, I think you're right. Oh, they do not want to get this. Come on. They got stupid bendy things on them.
Why?
That is not helping. They're supposed to be internal circuit pliers, so they know you're going to be deep down in a fucking hole.
You ever been there before, or?
Yep, a couple times. There's been a few. A few that you go, what? And then back in.
That sounds simple enough.
Sounds simple. But when you don't have the right fucking tool, even though you thought you brought the right tool.
Not helping at all.
No, it doesn't want to fucking... Look at that.
So arguably, this is one of the more important things.
It is, apparently.
So this is upgrading to a 500 boost valve, correct?
That's correct.
Do you have any idea what the factory is?
It's a yes.
It's a guess?
It's a factory one. No idea. So, what it has is it has this little plunger guy here. I believe that is the boost valve. I don't know. It's all witchcraft to me, but it goes down in that hole. So I now can't get it, but it has these two springs in it. Yep, I'll need that instructions.
So what we actually have,
What rubbish are we eating? So we have a big...
if anyone's interested, it's a 4L60 HD2D reprogram kit.
For all the kids playing at home.
The instructions in these are actually pretty good. If you read through start to finish and follow the procedures and do what they say, you should have a trans that shifts quite firmly.
Where'd that spring go?
So, and it's quite comprehensive.
Uh-oh. I need that spring.
And it's multiple pages.
Excuse me, dog. Wait. No. Eat your fucking pieces. I need the boost valve page, please.
Boost valve page. I can't see a pump there.
There's a spring there somewhere that just fucking lets down.
Valvey body witchy stuff. Boost valve. Boost valvey things. And again, step 1, step 2, follow the procedures. Didn't you?
No. I just put the little one inside the... Fuck off! Mind. Get out of it. Anyway. So Dazza doesn't quite have the boosty valve, but he should. Or did I? I don't know. Anyway, doesn't matter. It needs that spring and that spring and this valve and this spacer, they give you a new circlip, and if you don't throw them all over the floor,
that does happen.
they give you 2 drill bits. These will come in handy later, so we'll save them. We probably won't get to that point tonight, but you never know. Yeah, so that's your booster valve, which replaces the stock one.
Hello.
I don't know.
So what this is doing is increasing pump pressure?
This is increasing pump pressure, and I don't exactly know how, because if you look at the difference between that and that, there's not a lot.
There's not a lot, but there is differences.
There is differences. So they obviously make a big difference. So we're going to do those things.
So what the pump actually does, correct or incorrect, is it's what applies the oil to the accumulators and then to the pistons and servos and so on and so forth.
The pump is what pumps the oil through the entire transmission to start with.
Entire transmission?
Yes.
And so it pumps oil up to the converter?
It also pumps oil through the converter, through the entire transmission.
Through the coolers?
Through all the clutches, through all the coolers. It is pumping oil everywhere. Okay. So then that guy goes down in there. That one goes in there. That wheel down in there. And then it gives us a nice new circlip, or as I like to call them, a nice new Jesus clip.
And they didn't make these clips simple.
No, they didn't.
You should have gone to Super Cheap and bought Super Cheap special ones.
I did go to Super Cheap, and they looked like shit.
The swearing and grunting and growling is absolutely compulsory, isn't it?
Yes, it's very compulsory with these stupid clips.
So, as you were saying, this video isn't very comprehensive on the actual build, as we don't want anyone to actually follow any advice given in this.
No, please do not try this at home, because I am not a transmission builder. I am a qualified mechanic, which probably helps me understand the mechanics of it. But that's about as far as my knowledge goes. Fucking dickhead. Thank you, Nismo. Am I going to have any rag? I'm going to have to go get a new bag of rags. Alright. Fuck you, screwdriver.
Does this you often do on a long weekend for fun, or?
Apparently this is my new long weekend deal.
So in the Nigel video, I don't know if you've heard, but as the second gear downshift, there was a big sort of slip as it went in the second gear downshift. At that point, we just decided that this gearbox should come out and get upgraded a bit. So here we are. Dazza got the practice transmission, and this is meant to be the
practice transmission.
Yeah, the more professional one.
I thought I had a pick over here somewhere. Oh yeah, ain't that rag? 6769 6493. Well, they're a different part number.
So, wait a minute, can we just touch on that subject?
We can touch on that subject.
Ooh, touching subject.
Damn.
So what we have here is we have a supercharged torque converter and we have a naturally aspirated converter. And the differences are, they have different part numbers. What the difference there is, I have not a clue. Do you have any better ideas, or?
Well,
rumours or?
From as far as the rumours goes, they're a different store. Physically looking at them, they are of different manufacture, so that's a good start. But you won't really know until you get inside them. This one does look maybe smaller, but it's hard to say. We'll find out.
Sounds like a plan.
Figure that out.
Rightio, so we've got a band.
We've got a band.
Do we have a, wait a minute before you do that, do we have a factory band?
No, we've got a wide band. It's rerbuild.
That's a rerbuild wideband, which if you read half the internet forums, they're no good.
Yeah.
Then if you read the other half of the internet forums, the Kevlar wideband's no good.
Yep.
So
we'll find out which one let's go first, because Dazza has a Kevlar and this is getting a rerbuild. So when yours
let's find out.
shits the bed, I'll give you shit. When
just a second, I'll just grab.
mine shits the bed, you can give me shit.
I will just grab that.
You know, there's a measurement. I know what the difference is.
So here's just a bit of a visual.
So there's a visual representation, the wide band as they call it.
Yep.
But that's 59 millimeters.
Yep.
That's 66 millimeters.
And the 7mm makes a difference.
Well, what it does is on this reverse input drum, I don't have, there's another one over there. But what it does is it pinches on the entire width of the drum.
Yep.
Instead of only 3/4 of it.
Righto. So is that second gear?
That's second gear. So that's your second gear apply.
Okay.
It's also fourth gear actually. Second and fourth.
Righto.
So yeah.
Anyway, and they're really easy to drop in here.
They're really easy to drop in.
But what we can tell you is they go in after you put the input drum in.
Because if you try and do it like that.
Yeah, there you go. That's how you build a 460.
Where is your band anchor? That should be element. I was talking to you.
That was impressive. That was really impressive.
It was? Almost like I
Do you want to try that again and see if you can get it 2 times in a row like that?
I don't think I can get it out, is the trouble. Yeah, no, I'm not even going to try. It's in there. It needs to be in there, so that's the important part.
Rightio. So that hole there?
So that hole there is the band anchor, and that is what holds on one side of the band.
Yep.
So the band being in 2 parts, it pinches in there in that hole, and it holds that side steady. So
just something to mention too, the thickness of where the band anchor holds on the wideband and the rerbuild is thicker and stronger.
They have more supporting area around the outside. So
yep.
See how this one's basically a cylinder?
Yep.
The widebands all protrude out, and they just have more area and meat around it. Yeah, the band anchor, and then the pin just applies the band.
And the pin is attached to
the
servo that goes
in there.
In that?
That one.
It'll be that.
That's the 2/4 servo.
So one end grabs onto the band, the other end is anchored, and it grabs the drum.
Yep.
And that should chirp second.
Yeah. It probably will chirp second actually.
I like it.
Because I'm going to give it all the berries in the shift kit.
Oh, I like it. So the shift kits, there's multiple choose your own adventures, is that correct?
That's right. So there's you can have it as soft and subtle and
soft and supple,
or as aggressive as you choose.
So with Nigel being a full-blown race car, as we all know by now, and Dazza, we're going full race.
Did you just call the V6 Commodore a race car?
Yeah, that was I don't know how to imply sarcasm from this side of the camera.
Well, I heard one beat your LS once.
Yeah. When was that?
I don't know yet.
We're still waiting on that.
We're working on it. Alright. Pumpy stuff. I've got new pump seals. I better get them and put them in.
Well, we're doing pumpy anything? Yeah. What was that? About 18 thou, wasn't it?
19.
19. Okay. So you just use the bolts there to pull it down evenly, and
Yeah, so just use the bolt to pull it down evenly, and we put the brand new O-rings on it.
so why have we got O-rings there? Is there oil in directly behind the pump here, or?
Of course there's oil in directly behind the pump, but there is also, so where this bolt hole is in particular, you have on this side, I can show you on the pump gasket, but on this side there's like low reverse, torque converter lockup, 3/4, full clutch, so there's all the oil galleries.
And that's obviously a leaky point for them.
If the gasket fails, it's going to come out the bolt hole.
So that's why they supply rubber O-rings to go on the bolts.
They put rubber O-rings on the back sides of the bolts to stop the leaky stuff. Fucking look at me go like I know what I'm talking about.
I know. Well, we got Dane's race glides.
I suppose I'm in the appropriate shirt, CFB Performance. Here at CFB Performance, we don't build transmissions properly. We just slap them back together. And I know there's going to be at least one of you that has to comment and tell me how wrong I did it.
I reckon that's optimistic thinking. There's only going to be one.
You're probably right.
There's got to be at least 3 people that are going to watch this.
At least, yeah. Of course, we're talking these down.
Yeah. How many? Beep beep beep. Beep beep beep.
Click, click.
I didn't realise you were old school clicky clicky.
Oh yeah, clicky clicky. I could get even old schooler and get the pointer going.
Oh, stop it.
There's not many that know about that.
Actually, the one I do my band with in the Power Glide still has a pointer on it.
It's a pointer one?
Yep.
They're good. I do like them. Less shit to go wrong.
Seal retainer.
Seal retainer.
So I hear 4L60s do have a bit of a habit of occasionally blowing seals out of them.
Apparently so, and this has not been the exception.
So this was leaking.
Yes, I do believe so. Okay, fine then. Really? Alright. You asked for it.
More tappies.
Asked for the tappies. Just tap it in.
I think we're going to tap it out, don't we?
Tap, tap, taparoo. Do want to tap it out. Alright, bigger screwdriver.
Oh yeah. Oh, that's a daddy screwdriver.
Is it the daddy screwdriver? Can't remember what we were talking about.
Blowing seals out.
Yeah, that's what we were talking about on video. I meant more off camera. Ooh, there we go.
Oh, look out. So So that's a converter seal or a pump seal?
That is a converter seal for the pump. I'm just going to make sure. Yay!
That'll do.
If that leaks, not my problem. That's in the wrong spot. And this is why I'm not a transmission specialist yet, apparently.
Don't worry. Between these two gearboxes, we'll blow them up another 4 or 5 times and we should be golden.
Yep, no doubt that was probably going to be a thing. Okay, where's my other gun? There it is. Oh, it's still got the right socket on it.
Oh, I like it.
It's almost like this was the last thing I did.
So how many Dugger-Duggers is torque spec?
Huh?
How many Dugger-Duggers is torque spec?
Yep. About that much.
That much? You're not used to dealing with such a big extension like that, or? You're not used to dealing with such a big extension like that, or?
It's been a little while. I'm not used to dealing with a dugger like this. Because that dugger hits pretty hard. Okay, now we get into the fun stuff.
Oh, here we go. So, what have we got here?
So I think the next thing we're going to do is Corvette servo.
Okay. So that's from America, right?
Well, Corvettes are American. Yes.
I like it.
Yep. I don't understand why the Corvettes though got the good servo.
What about the poor old Camaro and the
Yeah, that's right.
and the HSVs and the R8s and the...
Yeah, exactly. Why does everything else get the shitty 2.4 servo, but the Corvettes get the good one?
I don't know. I think the Corvettes were the premium performance vehicle.
Did you really say Corvette's premium?
They still couldn't beat a 32 GTR.
Oh no, they couldn't. And that's why the 32 GTR got banned from back. Because nothing could beat it. But that's a story for another day.
I think there might even be a video on that.
I think there's a few even.
That was Mark Scaife, wasn't it?
It certainly was. And that is why they got the name. They did.
So basically Nigel here is the Australian broke Bergen version of a 32 GTR, right?
Oh, you didn't just go there.
I did.
You just literally set the internet on fire.
So was that a combination of turbocharged 2.6 litre all-wheel drive?
It was just a combination of awesome.
Combination of... So is that how you take them apart, or?
Yeah.
Yep.
That's standard practice.
Yeah, okay.
Yep, that's rubbish. That I need. That I need.
So that new one you got there, that's the Corvette servo.
That is the Corvette servo.
And these are, what, 20-30% stronger than a standard?
Don't know what the exact number is, but I'd imagine somewhere around there.
So this is, that pulls on your band, correct?
Yes, this is what requires second gear,
Yeah.
which is your band. this guy here with the band anchor squeezes the band and does bandy things. So we reuse that one and we put the blue spring in it according to the shift kit.
Blue spring?
If we come over here, that's an orange spring. That looks blue. That's the blue spring. Right. We put stock spring, new blue spring, this thingy back in reverse because we need to get the snap ring back in.
And that's easy, right?
Yeah. All the snap rings are easy. I don't know what you're on about. Oh, hang on.
Well, you do a lot of them. You seem to enjoy it.
Don't know if enjoy is quite the word I would use. But ready to throw them across the room. Although they're good at doing that themselves. Thought I had it.
And by the way, yeah, we're on my potato phone because Dane's good phone went flat.
Yeah, and I'm too lazy to go and get the GoPro. Make sure that the circuit is installed right, which it is. And then there we go, Corvette servo. That other piece goes on the back of it. And then you can not do that. Actually, I'm going to go back together with that. That's now rubbish. Ah, there it is. So we can now throw it on the ground.
Yeah, that's part of the procedure.
Yep. Throw it all over the ground and get it all dirty. We can now put the pin back in it.
For about the 40th time, this isn't a build video. There are incredible people who build these things and do great YouTube videos on them.
That's right, and I'm sure Mark will put his hand up to do one of these videos.
Well, if we blow this one up, how about we take it to Mark?
And watch how professional does it?
Yeah.
You know it's going to be...
Is that an if or a when thing?
Oh, look at that. Yes.
I got faith here. I think this is going to be built.
Well, I mean, Daz's shows good promise. But his also was the first that I'd ever built ever. So,
More lubrication?
more lubrication. I don't remember.
Looks like you've stepped up to the gold label there.
I did. What happened to that 6-pack I gave you, Mrs.? Did she drink them all?
Yeah, it's gone.
Okay. Because she seemed a bit funny when I gave it to her. She was like, "Why is he giving me alcohol?"
Yeah, no, she's alright. It was well and truly gone. We've got 7 kids, so...
Yeah.
So, yeah, alcohol doesn't last long.
Alright. So now we are going to... No seals.
No seals?
Because we want to check and test. That's that one, isn't it? Yeah. Yeah. We want to set the band adjustment, basically.
Yep.
And this is how you do it.
Okay.
And
So what's the band adjustment do?
so that is the clearance and tolerance between the pin and the end of the band.
Yep.
So the pin goes into the bottom of the band there.
Yep.
And it is what applies the band. So if you have it too tight, it's going to be binding up and tight around the drum and or engaging the band or second gear constantly.
Yep.
If it's too loose, it's not going to be able to engage it enough and you'll get
Slippage.
So you need it to be just right, and I can already see it needs adjusting.
It's the Goldilocks zone, eh?
Goldilocks zone. As funny, it's an astronomical term. Astronomical? Astronomical?
I don't know.
I don't know. It needs adjusting.
So we're gonna
Adjust it.
we're gonna adjust. So, how exactly did that adjust it?
Well, so the pin length is the only way to adjust it.
Yep.
Unlike a power glide has a through bolt, and you can literally adjust this mechanically.
Yep.
This doesn't have set adjustment, so it is determined by the length of the pin.
Okay.
What it'll do is as it goes in, that's another servo. That's the one I want. As it goes in the back of the cover, it'll bottom out in the back here.
Yep.
And then the length of it is what dictates the clearance between the band.
And the drum.
Not a physical adjustment like a power glide.
So what happens when that wears?
So when that wears, it's obviously going to get greater. So what I am aiming for is minimum clearance.
Okay.
Minimum clearance on these is you should be able to wiggle the band down here, back and forth 1/8 of an inch. But it should also be about 60 thousandths.
60 thousandths, which is 1.5 millimeters.
I'm not taking big bites off that pin as I adjust it. What I'm looking for is the ability to get the snap ring in. Because if I can get the snap ring in, there's obviously clearance between the case and the band.
And I'm nearly certain if anyone wants to have a crack at this at home, they've blown up 3 or 4 of these and they've got spares.
So, I think that's about it.
That's about it?
Yep, so there's a little bit of clearance there between the cover and the spring.
Yep.
And I can wiggle the band back and forth.
Yep. Can we get a...
We can't get a close up of that.
We can't get any of that?
It's tricky. But that's the band there. So that piece, and I can't get a good bite at it, but see how it moves?
Yep.
You can wiggle it back and forth in both directions, but the most important one is there is clearance. So the circlip is installed, and there's a little bit of clearance there.
Yep.
60 thousandths is the maximum. Well, it's about the spec, 60 thousandths.
Yep.
That's probably 20 or 30, but that's tight. And I like to run them a bit tighter because once...
And it'll self-clearance, won't it?
Yeah, so once you apply a second a few times, it'll sort itself out. And
Oh, does this mean it's going to chirp second or what?
it probably will.
I like the idea of chirping second.
You are up for a second gear chirp, aren't you?
Oh, yeah.
So that's the 4th gear apply.
Yep.
So that's 4th. Don't understand it, switchcraft. And that's 2nd. But, yeah.
So does one pull, one pushes, or
They both push, I believe.
both push?
I don't understand how they're pushing that. Anyway, we've got some new seals.
And all this came in the Transgo kit?
No.
No?
Well, it did for yours, yeah. This is all incorporated in the kit you brought.
Yep.
But because I use your Corvette servo, I then replaced it with this one.
Righto.
But yes, well, it's weird because the Transgo kit I had was the same part number, but it didn't come with a Corvette servo.
Well, mine didn't actually come with a Corvette servo. I ordered mine off of eBay.
Ordered yours extra.
Yeah, and I think he just threw it in the box with the...
That's right. Which he obviously has. Anyway, we've got...
So you got to order your Corvette servo separately to your shift kit.
That's right.
You can actually go up even more from a Corvette servo, can't you?
You can. Sonax do 2 different upgrades above a Corvette servo.
Okay.
I can't remember what they call them.
I think they're just a billet servo, aren't they?
They are just a billet servo. One of them is 18% on top of a Corvette servo, and the other one is 30, 34 or 38%. I don't know. It's a big jump. It's massive.
So that should chirp second.
That should chirp second, indeed. I feel like this O-ring's not quite right. Feels alright. This one. But yeah, all that is doing is just increasing the clamp load that this pin puts on the band.
Okay. And that engages second gear harder, stronger, faster.
Yeah, and fourth. Second and fourth.
Okay.
So it does it harder, faster, holds it more, so it will put up with more horsepower. But I don't think anyone really cares about 4R slippy things.
Yeah. Except anyone who might have a Commodore and be looking at putting a turbocharger on it and still has the delusions of grandeur that they're going to have overdrive and full drivability and air conditioning and...
Those idiots.
Yeah.
It's almost like we've been there.
And then eventually they'll pull it out and put a real gearbox in.
Yeah, we all...
Oh no. That's going to upset people. If you build a stage 96 4L60,
4L60, it'll handle 1,000 horsepower.
I've heard this before.
You played Knifey Spoon?
Once or twice.
Yeah. There's a reason Ethel has a power glide.
There's a reason my car has a power glide.
It's because they're good at what they do.
You do lose a bit of drivability.
Not really.
I think that comes down to diff gear choice though.
It does a bit, yeah.
So I got 3 9s in my car and it sits at about 3,100 on the highway.
Yeah, which is turning some RPM.
In saying that though, it comfortably revs to 7,800.
I had 3 4 5s and it would sit around 25 to 2,800.
Okay. So 3 O's, which is the sort of factory gear, where do you reckon that's at?
That would be pretty much around 2,000 RPM, but converter comes into a lot of play.
Yeah.
Right, Corvette servo.
Corvette servo.
You know what we're on to now?
Oh, we're on to fun drilly walla walla bits.
We're on to the drilly stuff.
Oh, stop it.
First things first, I need a pee, actually. Second thing is I need to open this bag of check balls.
The third thing, have you got lubrication?
Because I need one of these. Third, I have lubrication.
Okay, lubrication, we're all good.
Oi!
So the dog's currently trying to help with the transmission build here. So to go.
Just let it go, you dickhead.
No, we actually need this one, Nismo. Thank you. So, check ball placement. So what we've done, we've gone through with the valve body and we've followed the instructions in the shift kit.
Yep.
And now we're putting lightweight, high performance balls in.
High performance balls?
High performance balls.
I may have heard that once before.
Yeah. I got 7 kids. Does that mean I got high performance balls?
It does. I've got the smaller ones, so it means they're lightweight.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. I've actually been told I've got pretty big balls, but anyway.
I think Scott's got like 5 kids. Does that mean he's got high performance balls, or where do we draw the line here?
His balls are pretty high performance, I think.
Okay.
Considering I've only got 2. So they're more performance.
You need to step your game up.
I do, apparently.
You need to have another one. Then you can have semi-high performance balls.
Semi-high performance.
Stop it.
Anyway, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4. I need 3 more. Oh, 1 will go there.
Get.
Nesmo. Get out.
He is just.
He's fixated on.
He is hyper focused on the fucking instructions.
No. No. Don't. 1 more is obviously there. Take it.
Wait a second. I gotta. So where are we at? What's that? That's the pillow button pillows, or
That's the pillow switch.
pillow switch.
So this is what tells your computer what gear it's in.
Okay. So obviously once the oil goes through the correct passages and so on and so forth.
Yeah, so once the oil comes through the passage, it operates a little switch.
Yep.
Which turns on and it goes, hey, I'm in first or second or third or reverse. It then corresponds that.
And it's obviously got electrical terminals and stuff on it.
Yep. It then corresponds that with the ECU and the selector on the side and goes, oh, yep, we're in.
Everything's good.
We're in drive. We've got first or second or third solenoid. All is good in the world.
So what torque spec do they all go down to?
11 Newton meters.
11 Newton meters, eh?
The same torque setting as the pan gasket.
Okay. Wouldn't they go down to freedom units?
It is 8 foot-pounds in the freedom units.
Eight freedom units.
Yeah. So I need to take that back out to get that back in. That's going to come out to get that. No. Yes. So I need to put the wiring over first.
So that's the loom in the pan there, and that's what makes it an E, is that correct?
That is what makes it an E, because they did a 4L60 and then they did a 4L60E for electronics.
And this is all based off a Turbo 700, yes?
It is all based off a Turbo 700.
And I presume the Buick boys that have 700s in
Yes.
up to VRs?
Yep.
Were they an R4 or just a 700?
No, so the VR is the fucky one.
Yeah.
Because the VR is actually a early rendition of a 4L60E.
Okay.
Which is why the VR
Doesn't have a kickdown cable?
Doesn't have a kickdown cable. It also, if you use the ECU in a turbo application, it will control a 4L60E.
So could people be better off removing a 4L60E and replacing it with a 700 out of a
700R4?
700R4?
Oh,
And putting a manual valve body or something in it?
you dick. Not necessarily, no, because I believe the 700Rs were quite a primitive transmission.
Okay.
These arguably are too.
I don't know, some people would say these are one of the greatest transmissions ever built.
Some people probably would, yeah. Is that pan still off that other transmission? Yeah, so anyway, that's going to be it from me in this video, guys. We ended up just fitting the shift kit as per the instructions, and then that was the unit basically assembled. I did have a problem with, what was it? Check ball or a separator plate or something? I can't remember. Oh, that's right, one of the solenoids broke the clip off. So I had to wait to go and get another solenoid out of another trans to stick into it so that I could finalize it, but I ended up just shoving it back up into the car as it was, and then I pulled the pan back off and put the replacement solenoid in and the filter kit, and that was it. So didn't really miss out on much, apart from us doing the shift kit as per the instructions. There's lots of different options and variables for the shift kit. I decided not to show it, just because A, it's not very interesting footage, B, it's a bit of dicking around, and C, there's a few different ways you can go about it, and each one you do is kind of vehicle specific or application specific anyway. So yeah, that's what we did to do Nigel's transmission. We also did Daz's transmission the same, and he is a savage. But yeah, anyway, that's going to be it from me in this video. If you guys want to see some more on this or this, put it down in the comments below, and I will try and endeavour to film something. I'm probably not going to film very much of it because I am on the clock, so I want to make sure that that is my priority and it's getting done and the customer's paying for my time adequately, not goofing off making videos. But in my own time, I'll happily come in and make a couple of quick videos and give a rundown of what I've been doing and what I'm up to with it. So yeah, anyway, that's going to be it for me in this video, guys. Thank you all again for watching. Please leave your likes and comments down below, and I will see you guys in the next one. Hopefully we can go and take Daz out and do some racing, but we'll see. He's being a bit of a dickhead at the moment as well. Anyway, bye bye.
Working on, Dave?
Yeah. I don't know, it's new to me. It's got like extra bits on this end.
Oh, okay.
Almost like cylinders.
So is this LS thing going to become a permanent sort of deal, or?
No, I might have to have a dabble with one of these days.
What about a barrel?
Yeah. Right amount of cylinders.
Wrong orientation?
Wrong orientation. I seem to have a thing for engines in a V shape, apparently. So it seems.